In this episode, I'm going to talk about why you should have a specific landing page for each podcast that you are a guest expert on. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for today's episode of Interview Connections TV. It is a hot, muggy July day here, so I stepped outside with the monopod here to film my video to get some fresh air. In today's episode, I want to talk about why you should have a specific landing page set up for each podcast that you appear on as a guest expert. One of the main questions that we get, the first questions that we get from our clients at Interview Connections who work with us to get booked on podcasts as a guest expert is, what's your number one tip for generating income, for building my business by being a podcast guest? Unfortunately, I cannot tell you that there's one thing you can do that's going to make you money tomorrow, because podcast interviews are a way that you are marketing yourself, and as most marketing is, it's an investment and it's something that takes a little bit of time to see an actual return on your investment. But as a podcast guest, what you're doing is getting in front of new audiences and attracting new people to your community, attracting new people to join your list, to be nurtured by you and to learn about you and eventually become a customer, client, or patient. So my big tip is to have a specific landing page set up. So whenever you are a guest on a podcast, you can be not only telling listeners what your Twitter handle is or what your website is, but you can be telling listeners a specific website that they can go to that's going to welcome them to your community as a member, as a listener of that podcast. So for example, my client, my dad, Jim Palmer, we just implemented this in his business because he gets interviewed a lot on podcasts. So we set up getjimpalmer.com/ and then the name of the podcast. And on that landing page is a very simple message welcoming listeners. It says, thank you for coming to this website. If you are here, it's probably because you heard my interview on this podcast with this host. And then there's a free special report that they can download. It is not behind an opt-in wall. It's something that they can download right away. And then if they want even more, there is an opt-in to get another free gift that's actually something that he sells, but it's something that we're giving away for free if they opt into his list, because people that heard him on a podcast, that came to his website, these are people that we definitely want to bring into his community, bring onto his email list, and nurture and grow that relationship. So it is worth investing and giving them a gift that you might sell somewhere else, but that you want to give them. So it's a really great way. So having that landing page, attracting people to your list, giving them something of value is going to get them to your website, get them into your funnel so you can nurture and grow a long-lasting, profitable relationship with them. If you found some value in this episode, definitely share it with a friend, share it on social media. Check out my podcast, Roads to Success, at roadstosuccesspodcast.com. And if you want really a lot more information about this strategy, go to rtspodcast.com/Tom-2. Tom Schwab was my guest. He talked all about how to use podcast interviews as a marketing tool in your business. And if you want to work with Interview Connections, have us be your booking agent, go to interviewconnections.com/guest and we can get you booked as a guest expert on other podcasts. I am Jessica Rhodes. I'm your host, and I'm committed to helping you leverage your brand through the power of authority and expertise. It's really hot out here. You can probably tell I'm sweating, and I'm also like 9 months pregnant right now. So I'm going to end this video here. I'll see you next Tuesday for another great episode of Interview Connections TV.